Good morning, dear students. We are going to begin with a new lesson from EVS Part 2, lesson number 4, Evolution. Now, this lesson is very interesting, children. Okay, it's going to show us how man has changed, and not only man, but also plants and animals. I hope all of you all have your textbooks in front of you all, page number 15. Let's begin. The concept of evolution. The word evolution is generally understood to mean gradual and continuous change, a change that is taking place slowly over time. Okay, but a lot of time has to go by so that we can see the change that takes place. Evolution in the plant and animal world can be explained in the following manner. In the process of survival, by adapting to environmental changes, certain internal physical changes occur in some animals of a species. Now, very important, I told you that evolution means a change that is taking place slowly, continuously, it is always changing. Okay, and in the process of survival, what do you mean by survival? To be alive. Okay, by adapting. How can you be alive? You can only be alive if you are willing to adjust, to adapt to what are the changes that are taking place around you. Certain internal physical changes occur in some animals of a species. Now, internal changes meaning inside the body. What are the various changes that are taking place? Because it is adjusting itself. Okay, so if it is cold or if it is hot, how it is learning to adjust itself so that it can live in the environment that is changing around it. Okay, a species is a kind of or a type of animal. Okay, so various kinds within the animal species that we have. Over a period of time, these internal changes become inherited characteristics seen in all the following generations. So once the change takes place, okay, then it becomes an inherited character. Inherited meaning it becomes part of them, permanent change that takes place. Can you see that small little picture I have given you about a giraffe? Okay, in the beginning the giraffe did not have such a long neck. Okay, it had a short neck, but over time it wanted to reach higher and higher the leaves of the trees. So what happened? Over time, lot of time, okay, that the neck slowly started to grow higher and higher, and that is how it has become a permanent change now in that particular animal species. Okay, thus a new species with characteristics different from the original may be created. So now what we see and what the animal was 10,000 years ago would have been completely different. They are very, very different in the way that they look, the way that they do certain things. Their characteristics are very different. Characteristics meaning their qualities. Such species, okay, we see that is usually more evolved than the original one. Sometimes the original species dies out or becomes extinct. To become extinct meaning to be dead. That means not a single type of that same animal can be seen anywhere in the world, to come to an end. Okay? Sometimes more than one species evolve from the original one. So from the original you can have various different types, kinds of species. The first scientist to give us a systematic explanation of the concept of evolution was Charles Darwin. Very important, children. I want all of you all to underline this word, this name. He was a scientist who said that over time we see there are changes that are taking place in animals, in plants, in man, and he has called this as a theory, okay, the theory of evolution. Species which are capable of adapting to environmental changes are able to survive. Those who can adjust to the environment that is changing, only they will be able to survive. Okay, they will be the ones who will live. But the ones that cannot adjust, they cannot adapt to the environmental changes, then they begin to die or they become extinct. In ancient times, there were many species of a type of animal called dinosaur. Now, dinosaur is an animal, but within the dinosaurs, there were various types. Those types are known as species. Okay. Dinos in Greek means terrible, and saurus means lizard or reptile. Therefore, dinosaur means a terrible lizard. Okay, so we see what is the meaning of dinosaur. It comes from the Greek word dinos and saurus, which means terrible lizard. Now we know that these dinosaurs existed on the earth, yes or no? So some of these dinosaurs were enormous in size, enormous, very, very big. I hope you all have seen the movie Jurassic Park. Yes or no? You get to see so many dinosaurs there. Some sudden natural disaster or environmental change is believed to be responsible for their extinction. We don't see dinosaurs anymore, yes or no? Because they have been extinct. They have come to an end. Okay, they have died out. So, what is the reason? Maybe now a lot of people they say that a huge meteorite, okay, had come and hit the earth, and because of that all the dinosaurs they couldn't survive because there was so much of smoke and dust that they could not survive on the earth and therefore they died. However, fossils of dinosaurs with wings have been discovered. Now we always see dinosaurs with they have their four legs or two legs, yes or no? But we have also seen when they dug into the ground, they found bones of these dinosaurs, and they saw that some dinosaurs even have wings. It is believed that some species of two-legged and winged dinosaurs evolved into birds. So, in the beginning, we had dinosaurs with wings, but slowly they were adjusting to the environment. Okay, and then what happened over many years? They have been evolved and they have become now birds. Okay, so birds are an evolved state or evolved species of dinosaurs. Okay, now there are various stages of evolution of animals. We have learned in the previous lesson that life on earth began with unicellular organisms known as protozoa. You've learned this in the previous lesson, yes or no? These unicellular organisms gave rise to multicellular living things. Unicellular, one cell. Multicellular, many cells. The multicellular organisms evolved gradually and various classes of plants and animals came into being. So now from one cell to many cells, we now have various different kinds of plants, animals that have a lot of cells in them. Okay, and there again have been divided. First one is known as invertebrates. What are invertebrates? They are animals without a backbone, and we have examples over here given. You have, see, all of those like a snail, they do not have a backbone, they do not have a spine. Then we have vertebrates. Animals which have a backbone are called as vertebrates. Okay, so in this vertebrates again there are various uh, divisions. The first one is aquatic animals. Can you see fish? When you cut a fish open, you can see the spine, yes or no, with various bones that are sticking out of it. Correct. Also, amphibians. Amphibians are animals that can live in water and also on land. For example, I've given you here the frog. Yes or no? It can live on land as well as in water. Then, of course, we know birds, they have been evolved from the dinosaurs, so they also have a spine or they have a backbone. Reptiles, animals which crawl, okay, like you can see the snake over there. And mammals, you have example of a cow, you have various other animals that are mammals. Now, what do you mean by the word mammal? Mammals are the most evolved animals among vertebrates. The following are the characteristics of most of the mammals. Growth of the baby in the mother's womb for some time before birth. Okay, so what how do you say that this particular animal is a mammal? You say that because the baby, when it's growing, it grows in the mother's stomach. Okay, so therefore for some time before it is born, it grows in the mother's stomach, and also the baby is fed on the mother's milk for some time after birth. I've given you a picture over there of a cow. Can you see the small one of a cow is known as a calf? Okay, so the baby drinks the mother's milk so that it can become strong. These are the qualities that when you see, you know that that particular animal is called as a mammal. The platypus and some species of anteater are exceptions to this. They are different. Why? Because they are considered mammals, because even though they lay eggs, they suckle their young ones. Now, there are two types. Okay, one that give birth to the young ones in the same form, okay, and the others where they lay eggs. You have snakes that lay eggs, you have chickens that lay eggs. Yes or no? They don't give directly young chickens, okay, or chicks. So these, the anteater and the platypus, they also lay eggs, but they are called mammals. Why? Because they allow their young ones to drink the milk, okay, so that they can become strong, the small ones. Therefore they are exceptions to the case of mammals. Okay, now we come to apes. Apes are somewhat like humans in appearance. All of you have seen that movie, The Rising of the Apes. Okay, so in that you can see how the ape looks a lot like a human being. They mostly lived on trees. We know that they are like monkeys, big, huge ones, yes or no? And they live on the trees. Those species of apes which continue to live on trees retained their original ape form. What does that mean? That because they lived on trees, they behaved like animals, they behaved like monkeys, and therefore there is no change that is seen in them. But the ones that lived in grasslands, open lands, okay, some ape species were forced to move around on the ground. Now the ones who are living on the trees, they have to climb up on the trees, yes or no? But the ones who have big open space, like a grassy land, okay, open ground, they had to adjust to the surrounding, they had to adjust to the environment, they had to make certain changes, and therefore we see that they or these species evolved gradually and in time gave rise to the human species. Can you see this picture down over here from a small little ape? Okay, how slowly we see the change that has taken place in man, and now man stands straight. Okay, in the beginning man used to walk with a bent back. All right, now this change that took place first happened on the continent of Africa. The first human species is called as the primitive man. I want all of you all to underline that. Primitive means first. The first man to come into existence, okay, was done or happened on the African continent. And with this, we see how the changes have taken place. Can you see this picture down over here of this man? This was a particular the skeleton that was found of these people. We came to know how similar the apes and human beings looked. Okay, and that first happened. This is the first picture of a primitive man, where we seen a lot of similarities, lot of same features that are there between apes and man. Okay, so with this children we finish with our lesson. Now from your exercise, I've given you the answers over here. Do it in the textbook itself. The first systematic explanation of the concept of evolution was given by who, children? Charles Darwin. Dash are the most evolved animals among vertebrates. We see that the mammals are the most evolved. Please tick those two answers in the textbook itself. Okay, now question number 2. Answer each question in one sentence. What do you call animals which live in water and also on land? Animals that live in water and also on land are called as amphibians. Please write this down, correct spelling. This question will be written in your classwork books. Next one. Where did the first humans appear? The first humans appeared on the African continent. Next, question number 3. This will also be done in your classwork books. Give reasons for the following. The species of dinosaurs which were enormous in size suddenly became extinct. Why? Because of some sudden natural disaster or environmental change. It is believed to be responsible for their extinction. Next one. In the course of time, a new species with characteristics different from the original species is created. How is it done? In the process of survival, to be alive, by adapting to environmental changes, certain internal physical changes occur in some animals of a species. Over a period of time, these internal changes become inherited characteristics seen in all the following generations, all the ones that come later on. Thus, a new species with characteristics different from the original may be created. Okay, children, so question number 2 and question number 3 will be done in your classwork books. Question number 1 and 4 you can do in the textbook itself. Now this I want you to do on your own. I've already explained it to you what are the different kinds. Okay, living things have been divided into two. So you have to fill this up on your own. With that, children, we come to the end of the lesson. In the next lesson, we shall learn more about the evolution of the human species. Now we've seen only about animals, yes or no? So in the next, we're going to learn more about how man evolved. Okay, so I hope you all understood this lesson and you all enjoyed it. Okay, so thank you, children, and have a wonderful day.